welcome to my channel. I'm Rachel from Her Thrive, and I'm so excited that you're here today. I am planning in my Wild Style Planner, and these discs here are not from the Wild Style Planner. They're from a different one, but I have a Franken planning going on here, and so that's why they kind of don't match, or they don't go with the Wild Style Planner because they're not neutral. Okay, so I am going on vacation this week, and I will be gone until Thursday. But instead of planning the last half of the week like non-vacation themed, I'm gonna go ahead and do the whole entire layout vacation themed. Like I'm going to Colorado, so I'm using this summer fun sticker book because it has a lot of outdoor stickers, camp theme stickers, and it's outdoorsy but summer outdoorsy. So it's bright colors. It's not like wooded out normally. It's like neutrals and stuff, and so it's a really fun summer book. And I used it last year to go to Colorado on that color, not to go to Colorado, but to on my Colorado layout the week that I went, and I'm using it again. How fun. So I am a big picture person and I like to see all the stickers that I'm going to use first. I know I have planner guides and I don't use them, but I don't know why I don't use them. I hardly ever use them. But I like to flip through the book and see all the stickers that I want to use before I put them down. I hate whenever I am like I put something down and then I realize, darn it, I should have used this sticker and then it's too late. And yes, I know if I had planner guides, that wouldn't happen. But sometimes I do get sick to the planner guide and I don't like using the whatever it's called, the wax paper. So I just do this. I flip through the book, save my stickers on my hands, and then when my hands run out of space, I start sticking them on the desk to the right of me, which is what I'm doing right there. I'm so stoked to plan this Colorado vacation layout because my family gets to go again this year. We went for the very first time last year, and we normally go to the beach or somewhere like that when we go on a family vacation. Like we've also done cruises, which basically ends up at a beach, right? And we've never been to the mountains. Like I'd never seen real mountains before. So we decided to go to Colorado for several reasons. Well, one, it was just always like a bucket list thing we want to do because we see everyone's photos, right? And we just never actually did it because we weren't sure if that was something the kids could do or if it was like fun for them or when's the right time of year to go, like all the things. But we decided to go because we needed to take a trip. I don't want to say last minute, but we needed to go within 2 weeks. So we went last year in June during COVID, right? It's the perfect COVID trip because you're outdoors, you're social distancing, you're not around people, you're not at a packed beach, all the things. But on top of that, just like many people around the world, I was about to say in the nation, around the whole world, my husband was laid off from his job. He was laid off at the end of May, and we had decided to take a vacation probably like a week or so before he got laid off. Like we were like, let's go ahead and start planning something, and we were going to take it like late in July or like in a month or so, right? But when he got laid off, we needed to take something. We didn't need to plan like a month in advance because he was job hunting and you just don't know what's going to happen if he's going to have an interview, or also just the thought of taking a whole week off of job hunting. We didn't want to do that either. And so we needed to go within a 2-week period, and we got a really good deal on this cabin. And I just feel like it was just such a God-given gift. Like seriously, we went during the same exact week as another couple in our church, which we did not plan. We had no idea. And they've been going to Colorado for, I don't remember the exact, but like 30 something years. They're retired now. They spend 2 weeks out of the year now there. They have a timeshare cabin that they spend time at. Like they know everything about Colorado, okay? And they happen to be there at the same time. Now, we didn't go with them. Like, they have their own cabin or whatever. But we ended up being, like, literally walking distance from their cabin. Like, we didn't plan that, okay? Now, they did give us a list of cities to stay in, and we just so happened to choose that one and didn't realize that they were going to be in that city. Like, it was seriously like, I have a very part-time job, because my main job is to be a stay-at-home mom. So losing his income is a big deal, right? Now, he did get a 2 or 3 months severance. I don't remember exactly how many weeks. So it's not like he was like laid off and then like, boom, our income was like completely lost. Like, he had a couple months to find a job before that severance ran out. But even then, it seemed like, is this the right thing to do? Because we might need that money. Like, should we be spending this money? Should we be taking this time off? Like, should we be freaking out? But I wasn't freaking out through the whole ordeal. Like, I just knew that God was in control. He was going to provide, and that this time off from him was a gift. It was so much peace. And like, we hiked, we went to this beautiful lake and just marveled at the mountains and God's creation. And I remember just sitting there, just being so grateful and just knowing that this was a God-given gift for our family to be there. I just knew somehow that our family specifically needed to slow down and rest because something was coming. And I just wasn't sure what it was. I thought maybe my husband would get a job in the fall because he lost his and he was going to find another one, and he was going to travel a lot. And, because he did have a job like that before, and it was going to get crazy. Like, that's what I believed. I knew that God was slowing us down and giving us time to rest as a family together, but I just wasn't sure what was going to happen. And Lord, he just knew. We needed to grow close during this time. We needed to, I keep saying the word rest, but y'all, that's what it was. I mean, like, rest with a purpose. I don't mean be lazy. Like, we were obviously resting during this trip in Colorado, but not during all of quarantine. Like, we did house projects. My husband was job hunting, which is a full-time job in itself. I don't want to say that there wasn't stress about that. We were thinking about that, but we were not stressing out like you would think. Like, people were checking on us and asking us if we were okay, if we needed anything. And there were points when I'm like, I think I should be stressing out. Like, if I write this down on paper, this doesn't look too good. This looks really scary. But I just had this peace that surpassed all understanding. That's all I can keep going back to, is rest and peace. And I think of that when I think about Colorado. Like, it reminds me of that time when God was so good. Like, I keep saying the word like, it's so annoying. But it's not that Colorado is the source of my peace. The mountains are not the source of my peace. Okay, that's not, yes, I feel joy when I look at them. God created them. They're beautiful. He created them for us to marvel at, but they are not the source of our joy. God is the source of our joy. And looking at these mountains, looking back at my photos, just remembering the experience that my family had there, that draws me near to Him. That draws me near to the source, the one who created those mountains, the one that formed our family together, the one that gave us this opportunity. So I'm excited to get this opportunity to go back there and just remember all that God has done in the past year in our family. And now I know that during that time, God was stripping us of so much. He was having us rest to spend time with Him and to focus on Him. And He was taking away everything in our life that we look to. Anything that we look to for any source of comfort, y'all, we lost. We lost so much of it, but we needed to, because we didn't know what was coming. We didn't know how our lives were going to be flipped and turned upside down later that fall. And that during that time, He was the only one. He was the only one left. That's all we had left. Anything standing between Him and us was gone. And God allowed us to enter that season, that difficult season in the fall, rested. He allowed us to enter it with our family being closer, with I keep going back to rested, but y'all, we needed rest because we were going to be exhausted, worn out, mentally drained. Just the hardest season of our life, just a couple months later after this trip to Colorado. Oh, and by the way, this was not the only trip we took to Colorado. That's why it was so significant. We came back on a Sunday from this trip and literally turned back around and left on Friday of that very next week. So we spent 2 weekends in a row there. That was a total last minute spur of the moment thing that I know was also a God-given opportunity. We weren't even supposed to go alone. It was so crazy, but that's a whole other story, and this video would take forever. Now, just spoiler alert, my husband ended up finding a job like literally the week after the severance ended. He started a new job. So financially, it did not really affect us very much. But I do have to come to a stopping point because I'm done here. Got my planner all decorated out, and I've left lots of white space because I don't have a lot of to-dos and things like that. I will for this half right here of the week, but that's it. That's why I've left some space there. And the other half, I'll just fill in wherever we're going and things like that. So let me know in the comments if you like this format and you would like to hear more of my story in my next Plan With Me video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you liked it and hit that subscribe button so you can see more videos. See you next time. Bye.